Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where in this video we're going to take a second look at the MiBox 4K Ultra HD Android TV equipped box, and I might be eating some crow. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. I want to thank you for coming by and checking out the channel. Now, if you haven't done so yet, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. That way, every time we've got new videos that come out, you are kept the most up to date, especially if you hit that bell notification icon. You get a neat little alert either on your tablet, your smartphone, via email each and every time we do upload new content. Now, one of the things Rock Solid Productions, this channel started on, and what really helped me get the creative juices flowing, was I wanted to cut the cord. I wanted to get rid of DirecTV because, quite frankly, AT&T has ruined what used to be an exceptional service provider. Now, doing so meant I needed to still be able to consume my content on a number of different TVs. Now, again, back in summer of 2017, this TV was actually down in my living room, and it was a smart TV, and I could access a lot of different content. But my other TVs either were dumb TVs or didn't have all the features that I needed. One of my early purchases that I made was an Nvidia Shield TV, and if you want to check out what I think about that system, at least from a year ago, my review of that system is right up there. Now, shortly after I reviewed that system, Xiaomi, a company out of China, came out with this. This is called the MiBox, and this is a 4K Ultra HDMI streamer. Now, one of the nice things about this box is it's a lot less expensive than what you will find the Nvidia Shield TV at. And one of the great things, too, you can do is visit my friends over at gearbest.com. They're actually the ones who sent us this device to check out. See, my first review of the system, there were things I liked about it, there were things I loved about it, but for me, it wasn't a good daily driver. There were aspects of it that I just did not like. Well, gearbest.com got in touch with me and said, hey, there's been an update to the MiBox. We think you'd like it. If we sent you one, would you check it out? And that's what I'm doing here today. And I've actually been using this device now for a little bit more than a month because I wanted to give it a fair shake and a fair try. And I'm going to tell you, my opinions have changed, and it's not because this came from gearbest.com and they supplied it for me or anything along those lines. It's because what they have done behind the scenes, and actually what Nvidia has done to the Shield TV, this is a much better experience than what it was. And let's talk about the system itself. First and foremost, this is the system as you see it here. It's very small, about half the height of a Nintendo cartridge. It does have your HDMI port on back, it has an audio output, and also has a USB port that you can connect like a thumb drive or an external USB drive to it, and you're going to need that. One of my criticisms of this system still stands. It only has 8 gigs worth of onboard memory or onboard storage. And with that, you can't really use this for things like Plex and record right to the device. And we'll get to Plex in a moment too. Looking at the menu with the most recent Android update, and we're going to go to the system information so you can just see what we're at as far as the build version and everything. We are working with Android TV version 8.0.0. Now, that's important here for a couple reasons. First of all, this is Android TV. It's not Android, and there's a difference. If you guys have checked out the other Android box that I had reviewed, talking about just inexpensive Android TV boxes, I'll have a link to that right up there too. This runs proper Android TV, meaning the apps that will run on the Nvidia Shield TV will run on this. That's a good thing. And with version 8.0.0, it is less of a resource hog, I will say. So things that may have taken longer to do before, it's not nearly as bad. In fact, I would say it's pretty snappy, quite honestly. The Android security patch is July 5th, kernel version 4.9.54, and so on and so forth. So overall, this is the most up-to-date software that has come out for the MiBox. It makes a huge difference. If you do pick one of these up, the first thing I recommend that you're doing, do to it is update the software. Now, another thing that I did not care about the MiBox initially as well is the menu layout. This with 8.0 is the exact same layout as the Nvidia Shield TV uses. There's no difference whatsoever. And I don't like it. I liked what was on the previous version a lot better than this, but apples to apples, this experience for me has been better than even my Nvidia Shield TV. It's pretty responsive, it's pretty snappy, it goes through here very, very well. You can create different shortcuts that you, as far as different apps that you have. So let's take a look first of all at the app process or apps you can select for your favorites. So these are just some of them I already have installed on the system. ABC, CBS, CBS News, CBS Sports. HD Home Run will run on this. MLB TV. Obviously the Google Play Store is right on here. Now that is one difference on this versus the Nvidia Shield TV, is the fact that this only has the Google Play Store installed on it. On the Nvidia Shield TV, you can actually access the Amazon store as well. Pluto TV, Showtime, Sling TV. You get a bunch of coupons in the box too, which we covered in our original unboxing. Again, I'll have that information down below in a pinned post. VLC and Vudu, these are some of the apps that I have installed in addition to my regular apps that are on here. So WWE Network, NBC, Fox News, Food Network, Google Play Store, Google Play Movies, My Radar, YouTube, Netflix, live channels, Plex, and PlayStation Vue. I use PlayStation Vue for my pay TV content, Plex as my local DVR for over-the-air type signals, and then the live channels app is basically for, I use an HD Home Run going through my cable provider with a cable card that feeds it to my live channels. So I can either go into Plex, live channels, or the HD Home Run app itself to watch local TV. And it looks pretty good. I'll go into Plex here real quick, and just to show you how quick it goes through everything. It is a lot better than what it used to be under the previous setup. So we'll go to TV shows. Actually, I'll go back here. We'll go to live TV. These are the different television shows that are currently broadcasting at this point in time. And let us just go to the news, because I don't think I'll get a copyright strike for showing you the news. Go to watch, tuning that channel. And there, the news is playing. It's pretty responsive. I can't say that it is any slower than my Nvidia Shield TV. If it is, I don't notice. One thing I will say too, as we're going through here, the remote control, and I said this in my original review, I actually like the MiBox remote better than the one that comes with my Nvidia Shield TV. So let's back out of here, and of course I could record or go to show as well. If you want to learn more about Plex, I've got a whole separate video, again, down below in a pinned post. You can check out Plex. This does not have the capability of running the Plex server. It is only a Plex client or viewer, so you can't actually set this up to host anything. And it's kind of a bummer. But then, like I say, if you do have your other apps, you can organize your quick links down here below. So we have PlayStation Vue, live channels, Netflix, MLB TV, Spotify. And you can customize your channels too, so you can add and remove what you have on here. So, like, I don't want Spotify on here. I don't think I can remove that. Yep, there it is. I'm going to take that off. And let's say I want to add on, what do I want to add on here? CBS All Access. So there you can see CBS All Access now populates stuff in here, and I can go through different clips that are on here if I wanted to. Again, not something I subscribe to, so we're going to go back down here and we'll just shut it off. Very simple and easy to use, and that's baked right in to the Android TV 8.0 interface. There it was, went right by it. As far as gameplay goes, I haven't done any gameplay on it because I have so many game systems. I don't care to use this as a gaming device. That's not why I wanted this. I wanted a streaming TV box that I could go through and actually access Android TV. Now this is a smart TV here, but I prefer going through a box like this just because the apps are more optimized. They seem to be a little bit snappier and quicker. I don't tend to have the errors like I do through the TV sometimes just with connectivity. And as you saw, everything was pretty snappy. Let's go to YouTube real quick, and you can go through and see, Magic Topics recently uploaded, Simon Cowell, America's Got Talent. You can kind of tell what we've been kind of snooping through here. And because I'm not logged in, it doesn't save my information. If I was logged in, it would have all my stuff that I've been browsing on my own system. Now let's say, for example, we want to look for Clark W. Griswold, the dog. What you can do on here is there's a little speaker button on the side of the remote that I can hit and do a voice search. Clark W. Griswold dog videos. And now you can see how it brought it up underneath there. And it didn't quite recognize it. Let's try it one more time. Clark W. Griswold dog videos. There we go. And this is the one that I wanted to show, the ultimate dog tease. I'm sure you all have seen this. It's amazing. It's one of the funniest videos. And we, of course, get an ad because it's YouTube. I hate skipping ads for other content providers because that's how I get paid from YouTube. So if you have a content provider that you like, watch an ad from time to time. It helps them out. It doesn't cost you anything. But you can see how it brought everything up here without a problem. Now I'm back to the home screen. Let me see here, and I can do other searches and whatnot. So let's do a search for Chicago Fire. Now we'll search, and it's bringing up available on YouTube, available on Google Play. It's still searching, available on PlayStation Vue. Now it doesn't have Plex integration to it, so be aware of that. But the fact that it tells me it's available on all of these sources, let's go to PlayStation Vue. We'll hop on in there real quick. Here is showing Chicago Fire. I've already got it on my DVR. There's 6 seasons with 22 episodes. Loads all my on-demand stuff. It's awesome. It works really, really well. Now, one other thing you can do with this, like I mentioned, is you can actually use external devices. And I do have an external thumb drive connected right now. Now, within here, you can actually see the onboard storage. There's 2.23 gigs out of 5.13 gigs available. You might be scratching your head. It's like, I thought this is an 8 gig system. It is. The thing is, it uses so much out of the system memory just to run the operating system and the included apps and everything. You have very minimal storage available. But with Android 8.0.0, you can actually map a thumb drive or an external hard drive or anything like that. You can map it to be treated the same as internal memory. And that's actually what I do on my Nvidia Shield TV with my 3 terabyte external hard drive. It works great. So the storage issues, less of an issue now with the latest version of Android TV than in the past. I'm going to go to this SD card, and I have a number of movies listed on here. I know people always want to know, can you watch movies that have been side-loaded? So let us go to one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is, of course, Airplane. And surely I am serious about that. Storage permission, yes, I want to grant permission. I will allow permission. And now it is playing my content. And as you saw, it has other media players on there that will allow you to play. But there's Airplane playing perfectly off my thumb drive. Now this is a SanDisk 128 gig USB 3.0 device, so works perfectly. Some other movies that I have on here, and one of the things that I do is when I buy a movie, I actually convert it to digital right away too. That way I always have it regardless of whatever device I am, accessing it from. So I have everything from latest releases like Pacific Rim Uprising. When I bought, I converted it to classics like Airplane, Spaceballs, Wayne's World, UHF. It's great for me, and it's one of the reasons why I love Plex, because I can have all my media available to me anywhere I go. And I mean, I don't have to worry about formatting or downloading or anything like that. I can stream it right to my devices. So this is definitely one of those programs that I would recommend. ES File Explorer File Manager, definitely a must-have. Other than that, additional apps I would say that you should get for your system. My Radar is awesome. If you just want to see what the radar in your area is, the blue dot's me. You can see we've got down to the southwest. We have some storms kind of heating up down there. Nothing major. Oh, if I'm going to travel west, I can do that. What if I'm going north or east? Let's see, in Milwaukee back. So people wonder, where am I from originally? So that's where I am now. That town right there, Menominee Falls, that's actually my hometown. So yeah, I used to be north of that Cheddar Curtain Dairy. So I love this app. It's a free app, especially because I have 2 out of our 3 dogs. Whenever there's storms and stuff coming, they get panicky. This kind of helps me stay up to date with what's going on weather-wise, and I don't have to sit and listen to a talking head spout off about the weather. Other apps, of course, YouTube, Netflix, the Live Channels app. If you don't use Plex, Live Channels is another one that's available free for Android TV as long as you have a tuner of some type, like an HD Home Run works perfectly for that. This is exactly the same thing that was feeding my content to my Plex server, and as you see, it came up quickly and easily, and what I can actually do is I can use the up and down on the disc here on the remote to change my channels. Now, what I have found with this is it doesn't seem like it's quite as snappy and fast as using Plex, but that's the app. That's not the device that's doing it. Here's the Fox Springfield News at 9 that we had on earlier. The picture is super sharp and crisp. I'm really happy with that. To exit out of there, just back arrow twice. I personally like PlayStation View because it provides me a good balance of just general entertainment along with the sports networks that I'm looking for and everything at a pretty reasonable price. 45 bucks is what I pay for that. I do have a full-blown review. I'll tag it down below as well in a pinned comment on our review on PlayStation View. So overall, the MiBox, the new version of software makes this a totally different machine. And one that actually, I've had this hooked up to the exact same TV that I have my Nvidia Shield TV hooked up to. I've been using this. It's just been a better experience. And I think a lot of that is due to the Android 8.0.0 software that's on it. What was on here before, I didn't like. And comparing this layout to what the Nvidia Shield TV had, I don't like this as much as the previous version. But since this is identical to that system now, this runs this version, the MiBox runs this version of this software a heck of a lot better. And I don't know why. I don't know if I'm having issues with my Shield or what. But this has actually been a better experience for me the last month that I've been using it. Now, it's not all glowing praise. I do not like the fact that the onboard storage is only 8 gigs. Memory is so cheap right now. They could go to 16 now and it would provide a lot better experience. That's what the Shield comes with out of the box. I do also think it's still a little bit more expensive than it should be. When you look at the experiences that you can get out of Roku streaming boxes, you can get something really similar to this out of a Roku for about $15 to $20 less than what it's on GearBest.com. But the thing with Roku is the fact that you don't have necessarily all the Android TV features. Well, you don't have any Android TV features because it's not Android TV. But you don't necessarily have all the features that you would on a Roku that you would on this. Like, for example, this can play Android games. It can play emulators to a point. Still a bit underpowered with that. Like I say, I haven't used it a whole lot for gaming. I have other devices that I use for that. The little bit that I've tested, my original results stand, was getting lag, was getting a lot of choppiness. I really wouldn't use this as a gaming device. But above and beyond that, if you are looking for just a solid Android TV box, They have come a long way in a year, and it's incredible to see what simple software changes and optimizing software for hardware can do. This is a night and day difference over what it was a year ago when I last checked it out, and something that I can now say, go ahead and check it out. And I will have a link down below, again, in our pinned post. We're going to have a lot of stuff in that pinned post, aren't we? Where the folks over at GearBest.com, they do have these available. It's rapid shipping. I got mine in a couple of days. And the nice thing on it too, like I mentioned at the top, there's $76 worth of free offers from Sling TV, Pandora, Vudu, CBS All Access. You do get an HDMI cable with it. You do get the remote, the batteries that you need for the remote. It comes with everything you need to connect it to the TV. If you want to see how it comes out of the box, you can check out our unboxing. Guess where? Down below in the linked post. And the folks over at GearBest.com also wanted me to share with you some information on a great deal they have on a new phone that's just recently hit their website. The Black Shark SKR H04G Phablet Global version. Now, the thing about this phone is the fact that the specifications on it are pretty outstanding. It's nearly a 6-inch display with a resolution of 2160 by 1080. It features a Qualcomm 845 octa-core 2.8 gigahertz processor running Android 8.1, has 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage on board, and it does also have an SD card slot where you can expand that. The cameras on this also look to be pretty impressive with a 20 megapixel and a 12 megapixel dual rear camera and a 20 megapixel front facing camera too. Of course, it has Bluetooth, has a dual nano SIM card set up as well. It does come out of the box completely unlocked for you too. Finally, for gamers out there, it even has an optional dock that allows you to basically use the phone with an actual physical control stick. It's awesome. This is something that the folks over at GearBest.com wanted me to make sure to share with each and every one of you, and it's a pretty neat device. And that is one of the cool things about GearBest.com too, is the fact they carry so many different types of products. So having that device available, unlocked, and you can use it actually on US service providers, pretty cool. Something that I'm hoping at some point to be able to get my hands on one and test it out. It actually, the specs in a lot of ways rival the new Galaxy Note 9, so something I'm definitely interested in. So this has been the MiBox from Xiaomi. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a tweet over on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We've always got the conversation going over on our Facebook page as well, over at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. If you want, you can also help contribute to the future of the show as well, if you wanted to, in a few different ways. First off, you do have products that you want us to check out. We have our address down below where you can send items in for us to review, send fan mail in, stuff along those lines. You can also go ahead and support us over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to all of our video content, exclusive one-on-ones with me. You can even help suggest future video content. You can also go ahead and pick up some Rock Solid Productions merchandise. I know this is kind of back to the roots of the channel, but kind of away from where we've been going. So, I mean, we have been focusing on the retro gaming front, so we will have shirts that have like the Super NES cartridges. We're working on more too that have like Sega Genesis and NES cartridge styles and a whole lot more. That's going to be over on our Teespring store for you to check out. And then finally too, like I mentioned at the top of the video, make sure that you go ahead, hit that subscribe button. That way each and every time we do come out with new videos, you are kept the most up to date, especially if you hit that bell notification and become a member of our notification squad. That way, anytime we have any new videos, you're kept the most up to date. I do again want to thank the folks over at GearBest.com for sending me one of these and for convincing me to give the MiBox a second look. Software has made a huge difference on this machine. I actually like it quite a bit. It's vastly improved from where it used to be. I am Gary. This has been Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.